Kirk Frost talks about the keys to maintaining his marriage for over 20 years.
I got a few here. If I can, let me tell you what I think. This is my opinion. First of all, I think a lot of the women today got so many girlfriends that's in ear directing them into directions, right? And when you really look at the girls that's guiding them, they single, they ain't got no man. They got a couple of dudes they messing with here and there, but they ain't got that one. So then they try to keep them from being happy too. And the next thing is, people be like, I seen one person say Kirk giving relationship advice, and he's some. First of all, Kirk been married 23 years, going on 20.
Hell yeah.
And I had a bump.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect, and I did fuck up in my relationship at one point in time when me and Rasheeda were talking about split.
And his wife was real and stayed down, Jack.
Right.
Stayed down.
But this is what's crazy.
Salute,
I'm not
Rasheeda.
used and say, oh yeah, well me and Rasheeda was gonna break up, so that's why. Nah, I should have slowed my ass down too. I should have never got into the shit I got into too. I should have took my time out, find myself, and chill the fuck out. But when people be talking, I be like, yo, how long you been in a relationship? Like when I go in a room and go to the conferences with Rasheeda, being around all these women, I be like, how many of y'all been with one single guy for 5 years and never messed with nobody else? Raise your hand. It's gonna be like a little bit of them. When I ask how many people been in a relationship for 10 years, only had sex with one guy in 10 years, you might get 2 hands. If it's free, you lucky. I'm like, yo, don't even let me say how many of y'all been in a relationship for 15 or 20. I was married for 23 years with a one fuck up. I have, and people be like, they love to judge you. See, this is the world where they got to say about you. But ain't nobody been having that one person, one girl, or one guy for 23 years. So I ain't perfect. I never said I was. Did I fuck up before? Yes, I did. Was I wrong? Yes, I was. Am I sorry for it? Yes, I am. Yeah. I'm truly sorry for what I brought to my family, what I did to Rasheeda, what I did in all. I was not right about it. But you know what? To this day, people always got something to say, but I get so much support from women, guys who like, yo, you helped me keep my relationship.
You get support from real motherfuckers. Yeah. Because if you're an idiot, you'll be on another side. Because only an idiot would still look at somebody in a negative way once they shit is together. Like you're an idiot. Like I would never look at nobody like, oh, you're still a bad person and your wife is still there and y'all are blossoming right now as a couple. I'm still gonna stick on that.
That's the hater. That's not
you a great Kirk. You a great bro. Your wife is a great woman, man. Y'all got a good, y'all good and solid.
I idolize that, me personally, and I always tell you that because 23 years is strong, and to go through the hardships y'all went through, and then for her to thug it out, that's real. And then you're on TV at the same time, so you know all the opinions and shit. It's crazy.
But what happened to do us part? I mean, if she's sick, if she's in, or if she's on a bed, or if I'm hurting, you got to fight for what you believe in. Yeah. Like I ain't a little bit of situation to stop me from keeping my family and my wife and being in the house with my kids. That ain't fighting for mine, But let me say this, just to say this with haters and everything. Haters, lovers, people who love to see what you do and everything, right? When I watched the movie and it just stuck with me from that moment. When I watched them crucify Jesus and bang nails and hang him to a cross, if these people walking the earth will kill the perfect person like Jesus, what do you think they'll do to us? They're going to always crucify us. We can never satisfy them. They kill Jesus. That's a fact. So we can never be anything they want us to be. You got to be what you want to be for you and your family. People, listen, I love people. I love to help. I love to get great advice. But the world is made of tearing people down. And, like Sierra and Eric, Scrappy and Bambi, and even with you, Eric, I told, like Sierra, she's a great person, man. I told you, I think y'all should try to work it out. I hate to, Scrappy, I told you, I hated to see you have to do what you do, but I had to check myself. When you said something to me, you was like, yo, but what about my mental health? What about how I feel? Yeah. What about how I feel like I'm being driven crazy? And
what about the stuff? What about the stuff that was done to me? You feel me? What about the stuff that was done to me?
What about me?
Yeah, like the stuff that we don't talk about, the stuff that people don't hear every day.
You know what's crazy? Women stick together with every single thing. And that's why I'm like, with this Wellness Wednesday, I needed us to come on and talk about it, because we got a voice too. We never get to speak. You know how much stuff I've been through that I don't share? I could have went public and violated. I'm not that dude. I'm not petty. That's not me. So it's like, I never get to talk. The girls stick together. It's not fair. You know what I'm saying? And I actually went ahead and did therapy, and she didn't want to do therapy. And it's like, now I'm looked at, everybody judging me for things that's not true.
It's your shit.
Not good.
Hey, let's start sticking together then. I just wanted to say that. We gotta create a community of people that stick together, bro. Let's stick together. Like, we gotta start riding for each other. We can't leave Scrappy in the chop block by himself. We can't leave you on the chop block by yourself. Because these girls ain't gonna leave each other hanging. They're gonna stick by each other.
But let's do it. Let's not talk about it. Let's do it, though. We gotta really do it. We gotta really do it, though. We can talk about it all day, but we gotta really do it and execute. But Kirk, I got a question for you though, bro, because you've been married 23 years. And just like Chaotic is saying, Scrappy saying, I'm saying, how important is intimacy in your relationship? To be married that long, it get boring. And I'm young, I'm 29. How important is intimacy?
It get boring, Kirk.
Listen,
it get boring.
You will have some boring spots in your marriage. You will, you know. And I'm gonna be honest, for the first 10 years of my marriage, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even think I knew I was married. Like, we had so much fun, you know. We never dwelled on like we're married. It was none of that. It was like us being able to be together. We did stuff, you know. We was always taking trips, going to fights. You know, we was just working and on the road. You know, keep in mind, I mean, Scrappy, you was there. We was on the road. We was on the road for like 20 years. I mean, we was just always every weekend, club, this and that. It becomes a lifestyle, you know. And marriage at that point was somebody you can trust with your finances, making sure they're not stealing money from you, managing your career. It was like more of a job. And people didn't even know me and Rasheeda was married until we came on Love and Hip Hop, and that was 12 years ago. So I was like secretly married for 12 years, and everybody be all up in my ear like, yo, what's up with Shorty? She looking good. I'd be like, no, man, she look good. She look, I had to almost hook people up with it, like in a sense, like, because, you know, females couldn't be in a relationship. They couldn't have no kids. They couldn't have no boyfriend. So it was a hidden thing. And it was crazy to me to be married, and I couldn't even really tell people that's my wife. Like, I couldn't appreciate it. I could never really celebrate it because the female hip hop community didn't want female rappers to be married or have kids or be in a relationship. So I feel like I might have lost a lot of those years and whatever, but, you know, at the same time, the friend, you know, when you down, when you're in the middle, when you up, you know, you lifting each other up. I mean, friendship, people be thinking friendship ain't key. Friendship is key.
Thanks for tuning in to 9 Mag TV.